hope you all are doing well. I'm outside this morning enjoying the beautiful weather. I just got back from walking, and Johnny's out here with me enjoying a little bit of fresh air. But anyway, sorry I didn't get back last week. We've been trying to get our rye fields planted, and so I had a lot of tractor work to do last week with that. So we got the last field planted. We finished last night, and then today I just need to run over it to kind of set the seed with the cultipacker. And so anyway, I'll do that this afternoon. I need the kids to help me hook up to it because it's kind of difficult to hook up to that piece of equipment by myself. So anyway, we'll get that done this evening, but thought I would just hop on here and say hello and see how you guys were doing, and just let me know in the comments below. I'm curious how you're celebrating fall. Has anybody been to pumpkin patches or anything like that? You know, we grow our own pumpkins normally. Tried this year. I was so excited. I had so many different kinds of pumpkins planted, and we have 3 tiny little pumpkins, and that was all we got. So I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, so I guess I will be taking the kids to get some pumpkins to carve. But anyway, I'm curious if do you do a pumpkin patch? Do you just grab one from Walmart? Kind of how that works for you, or what other fall traditions you have. We have in years past had a one day in the fall, usually on a Saturday, where we kind of just have a good time, play some games as a family, and we call it our little family festival. And we do that. We carve our pumpkins. We usually will cook outside that day on the campfire and that kind of thing, and it's just a lot of fun. The kids seem to enjoy it. So anyway, we need to get that on the calendar and scheduled. I've got 2 birthdays coming up. My middle daughter will turn 17 and my youngest will turn 11. So I need to plan for those. But you know, just kind of piggybacking on last week, really still thinking about that decluttering and trying to get through things. And I know you all will remember earlier, was it this year? It may even been this year, where I cleaned out my office and it looks so much better. And I think because I just don't use that room, it just becomes the catch-all for whatever doesn't have a home. And so I'm going to get in there today, and I'm not doing the whole room, but I am going to do just one section of the room. And I'm just going to go through and just get rid of stuff, because if it stays piled up in there, it's clearly not something that has a home or that I use. And so, well, I take that back. My daughter's saddle is in there. It doesn't need to be in there. It has a spot. However, it's one of those things where it usually stays upstairs on a saddle rack in her horse area, and it's heavy. So like when we come back and she's rode her horse and stuff, we just set it in my office, and because it's not convenient to take it upstairs. So I'm actually thinking about, we have a saddle rack in the garage, and it just needs to be spray painted. It's just kind of old and rusty. And I was thinking about putting a fresh coat of paint on that and then keeping the saddle out there just covered up. So I may do that, because that would be much easier for her to maneuver, you know, to the UTV to take it down or whatever. And so that would get it out of my office as well. But, you know, I think we're all guilty of, you know, you just have that spot in your home where it's just constantly a mess, or things are constantly piled up. And anyway, so I want to get in there today and just work on one section, just get one section of it cleared out. And honestly, just looking at the stuff and being very honest and saying, do I need it? Does it make me happy? Do I even use it? And just getting rid of what needs to go. I know right now there's a big pile or a basket of clothes that my twins had outgrown. They needed to have been donated by now, but they're just still sitting in there. So just gonna go through and get some of that taken care of. And then I hope later this week, maybe next week, but we'll see. I need to get some Halloween decorations up. So I've got fall decorations up. I still need to work outside and do like my front porch area for fall, but I wanted to add just a few touches of Halloween. for October. And so I'll get that done maybe next week or the end of this week. And we're very excited. So my dad took the boys on a fishing trip here a couple weeks ago. And so he wanted to do something with the girls. And so he's taking us on a train ride. It's like a 2 hour each way train ride to look at the leaves in the mountains. And so anyway, we're going to do that towards the end of October. So we're excited about that. That'll be fun. And so October will be busy with 2 birthdays and the train ride and just all kinds of things going on. So I need to sit down and get all of October planned out on my calendar so that I don't end up unprepared for something. So I also, this weekend, it was Sunday, and I was just in the mood for yeast rolls. And you know the ones like they have at Texas Roadhouse? I love those yeast rolls. And so I tried making some, but I think I was rushing it. And they were okay, but they weren't what I wanted. And so I want to find a good recipe for those. If you have a good recipe for those, just the light and fluffy yeast rolls, let me know. I'm looking for a really good one, and then once I find one, if I can find a good recipe, maybe I'll do a video on those. But like I said, I think I wanted them for lunch, and I was like, well, I had an hour, and so I was trying to get them done in an hour, and I think I just rushed everything. And they really didn't have a lot of flavor either. You know, they didn't have a sweet flavor. It was just like eating flour. So anyway, I want to work on that as well. But I appreciate you guys watching today, and if you have not already done so, please subscribe. And to all of our new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. I love just having more people here to chat with, and it just really makes my day when you guys comment and we can kind of chat back and forth. So anyway, well, let's get in there, and we're going to get going on my office. Now, please, no judging when you see how bad it looks, because, you know, it did look so nice, but like I said, it's the dumping grounds. So we've got to change that. But today we're just going to work on one corner, and that's all we're going to work on. So let's get in there and get that corner cleaned out. All right, ladies. So as you can see, the whole room is a disaster. And one thing I did decide, so I hate this sofa, the one that's in here. I shouldn't say that. You know what? That was not nice. I shouldn't say I hate the sofa. I don't like the sofa in here. We had the sofa when we moved to this house, but we bought it when we lived at a different house. And it's like heavy and dark to me. And I don't really care for it. But I have a sofa and like a chair and ottoman upstairs in the common area that I had gotten for the girls. The thing is, though, nobody ever uses it. And so I'm thinking that once I get this room cleaned out, I'm going to try to sell this sofa and maybe move that furniture down here. But that's a story for another day. We're not doing that today. Today, we are simply working on this area, and that's it. So my daughter's got look at this. She loves her little toy horses. And she has gave her this table to put them on and stuff. She just decorates and paints, and I'm glad she enjoys it. But anyway, we're gonna get to work on this today. And even if we don't finish this whole area, I guarantee you it will be better than it is right now. So let me get to work on this and just get some of this stuff cleaned out and put away. Got her saddle down here that needs to go on the saddle rack. So, all right, let's get going. It's like you guys are old friends of mine. You know, you would not show this to just anybody, this wonderful mess. But anyway, just show it to the people that don't judge you. Her horse stuff is taking over the world here. Let's see, what else is horsey related? This is their basket of clothes they outgrew. All right, so just a couple minutes and already the floor, you can see it a little bit better. So let's move her horsey stuff over here. Now, I went and bought a brand new box of crayons. And because I have all of these old ones. But I am excited about this. So we're gonna make, my youngest daughter wanted to make some candles. And so we're gonna use these and melt the crayons. And you put like the cardboard drink containers, sort of like, I'm gonna date myself here. Back when I was a kid in school, you could get like orange drink or fruit punch or whatever, and you kind of cut or open it up where it's a square, and you put ice in it and then pour the hot wax, and it'll harden, and the holes will be formed where the ice cubes were, and they make the prettiest candles. And so anyway, I thought that would be fun for her, but we've got to peel all the crayons and things, the old ones. But I have had these probably since, some of them are even from my oldest child, so we've had them quite a while. Got a notebook here full of like graph paper and page protectors and notebook paper, just as at the end of the school year, any supplies that are left, kind of gathering them up. So I do want to keep that. So Mercy does like horse shows, and in October they're having a costume contest. And so anyway, we're gonna dress her horse up as a Pegasus, like with wings, and where she's gonna dress as like a fairy. And so I went to the Dollar Tree the other day, and they had these wings, and so I thought, oh, we can like put several together, on each side. But they were so cheap, $1.25 a pack. And so anyway, I got those, and then some other things, just starting to gather some stuff so that, we can do it fairly inexpensively, but super cute. So anyway, she is so excited about dressing the horse up. That is something else, though, that I need to put on the calendar to make sure that we have that done in time. All right, so, I have my husband's grandmother's dishes, and remember I put them upstairs in the bathroom? I don't really have like a place to put all of them, so they're just stacked over here in the corner. So I need to either find a permanent home for them, or I need to get rid of them. So let's see what we can make, if we can make that happen. All right, I did find a place for all of those dishes, and actually it just took one little thing rearranged in the bottom of my china cabinet, and they all fit. So that was good. I am really bad about just not having a place. That's not true. That's a lie. I have a place to put extra decor, but it's inconvenient. It's upstairs in my unfinished room. And it's not even that it's inconvenient, it's just the room kind of gives me the creeps, because I'm always wondering, is there a mouse or is there a snake hiding somewhere? Just anyway, because I don't go in there that often. But I need to, and that way I wouldn't be nearly as frightened, and all my stuff would be put away. More horse stuff. Oh. Okay, so I bought my daughter, because she's in 5th grade, and I bought her this cute little horse purse to carry like some personal items in case she needed them at school. And we could not find it. Well, it's been face down here in the floor apparently, so that'll be good. We can get that fixed up and ready to go. Let's see. This is a basket of junk. So I'm going to go sort through this, put it away or throw it away or give it away, but it will be gone through in just a few minutes. All right, so I have this, get it out, carpet cleaner, Well, we have hardwood floors here, so I don't need this anymore, but it came from the other house. So I think I'm just gonna sell this on Facebook Marketplace. It works great. More decor. They are cute. I need to put these out now, the little pumpkin, or the pumpkins, listen at me, pine cones. I guess you could probably, these are not scented, these are actual ones that were picked up, but you could maybe put some cinnamon or something on them or spray them and they would smell good. Look, so I bought Mercy all these little, I got like 10 shoe boxes for 10 bucks. And she's got like winter and Christmas decorations for her horses and gym projects and weird things. I love that. Weird things, that's funny. Oh. But I will get with her on all of this to get that cleaned up for her horses. We're working on it, it's just slow. All right, here she has some of her little pieces. I'll put those there. Don't think we need this in here. Let's see, just start at the top and go down is the only way I know to do it. So I have my Happy Planner stickers for my planning, which I haven't used in quite a while, but I really want to, so I'm not going to get rid of those. I really like those. All right, this is stuff that goes, we have like thermal stuff where you can see at night, you can see like coyotes and stuff out behind our house, which is pretty cool. But that's all of this. So we keep it handy in here just because, you know, but if I ran downstairs to get it, by the time I got it, the coyotes would be gone. So we're gonna keep all of that on one shelf for my husband. Okay, my yarn, so I bought this sweater because I wanted to learn how to embroider and I just haven't started it yet, but we're going to talk about that next week. All right, ladies, forgot to turn my camera back on. You know, I'm famous for that. But this is how it all turned out. So just got everything organized, decluttered, got rid of stuff we didn't need, put things away. Nothing in the floor right there, yay. Now the rest of the room, still a mess, but that's okay. We were just focused on this area, got done what we needed to for today. And I'm thinking what I would really like to do is get rid of both bookshelves and get sort of like an antique pie safe. And I'm not talking about spending a ton of money, like not a really expensive one, but just, I thought it would be so pretty with doors. And then that way, like all of that is not visible, because even though it's neat, it's not exactly the prettiest thing in the world. So that will be something we work towards, getting something for that. And anyway, but I'm pleased with how that turned out. And so I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. I hope you were able to get some decluttering done while I was working on this, and, you know, just trying to declutter our way to peace. Just a calmer, more peaceful existence in the home. And so anyway, I think this is definitely a good start. So got rid of things that no one will ever miss because no one ever used them, and it just makes everything feel better. So I hope you guys are having a good week, and I will see you back here on Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe, and also make sure you comment and let me know what you're doing for fall, how you're going to celebrate, anything special you're doing with your family. So until Thursday, I'll talk to you later. Bye.